Alright guys, today we're talking about getting your priorities straight. Honestly, the vast majority of guys don't even have their priorities straight. They don't even know what should be first, what should be second, what should be third, and not prioritizing the most important. And essentially I learned about this from a coworker. The example that I'm going to be using, it's not going to just apply to this. You can apply it to different other things, but I'm going to explain it to the way how he explained it to me, and it made so much sense. And then on top of that, it was really relatable just because like it was fresh that week, and then something happened and I'm like, oh shit, I was able to apply it. And it made total sense as to why you should have your priorities, why you should know what's first, what's second, what's third, and then so on and so forth. But anyways guys, so essentially this is what my coworker was telling me. They're telling me, oh okay, so the first person that like he was using it like in like relationships, like people that you know. So who is the most important person, who comes first? And like I didn't know anything about it, and he was like, you are your first priority. And it makes total sense. You need to take care of yourself, you need to prioritize yourself. And honestly, a lot of people like some people are just selfish, and then other people, they focus about others, about letting other people kind of like take control of their life, and they don't really prioritize themselves. So you need to realize that you are really important, and you need to prioritize yourself and your time and just anything just in general. So applying this to like your goals and all that, you can prioritize that. But anyways, going back to the example that he was telling me, he's like, okay, so prioritize yourself. And then he's like, who would be second? And I stayed thinking, and I was like, your kids or whatever. And he's like, no, not your kids, it's gonna be your significant other. And I'm like, I was trying to figure out as to why that is. But essentially, if you guys kind of understand like the biology, we are kind of meant to like work together. And he's like, I prioritize my significant other, so his wife and all that. And then he's like, then it's my kids, and then after your kids, then it would be your parents, and then after your parents, it'd be like your brothers or sisters. And just knowing your priorities. And I was like, okay, why is it that it would be in that order? And then he kind of started explaining it to me, going based off of his own experience. He was like, okay, so prioritizing himself first, he's the most important, and then after that he prioritizes his wife before his kids. I'm like, I thought your kids would come first. And he's like, no, because like essentially like after 18 years your kids are going to move out, and they're going to go have their own life, and they're going to be focusing on themselves. But that person that you're with, they're going to stay with you for the longest time. And I'm like, oh okay, that actually, to me, that really clicked, and that made total sense. And then your kids before your parents, because your own family comes first. And then on top of that, it's from the family that you guys came from. So just everything, just the priorities, the order that he explained it, it made total sense. And then on top of that, I had something that kind of happened. Essentially, what was it? Something with my brother. We're celebrating something, and then what was it? So after that, I kind of ran into issues with my girlfriend. I was like, okay, well, do I be here with my brother, or do I prioritize my relationship? And I'm like, okay, my brother is living his own life and all that. And so going based off of what my coworker explained to me, I'm like, I should be prioritizing my relationship. And to me, that kind of made total sense. And on top of that, so essentially my girlfriend was mad at me. And then after that, I went over, talked to her and all that, and set things straight. And before you know it, pretty much fixed things. And my brother was understanding, he kind of understood. But anyways guys, what I'm trying to get at is, a lot of guys don't know their priorities, and you need to understand, okay, what's the most important things that matter the most to you? So obviously it should be yourself. So prioritizing yourself, and on top of that, you should have certain priorities. What are the most important things to you? Like, is it your job, making money? Is it being fit? Is it your hobbies? Find out which of those are the most important to you, and start labeling them as the most important. One of the biggest ones I would think should be at least within the top 3 is your health. You guys should honestly consider that, and make it really up there. Just because in the long run, if you have poor health and you don't prioritize it, well, later on down the road, you're going to run into a lot of health issues. But then again, there's tons of things that can happen throughout your entire lifetime, and we're not going to go into like the what ifs or whatever, but you guys need to start getting your priorities straight. Do you want to end up getting that nice dream car, that dream house, or that that dream lifestyle? Whatever you guys value the most, or whatever is on your mind the most, that should honestly be at least within the top 3 of your priorities, and you should be working towards it. And you can apply this with almost anything. Just, you have to spend the time to think about it. What is the most important thing? And that's going to be you. And then whatever comes after that, second, it's, you start going down the list, and then you start understanding, oh, okay, these are your priorities, and this is the order that it should be in. Because like, let's say you have, going back to the family example that he kind of explained, so let's say you have something like that's going on with your parents, and then you have kids or whatever, and there's something that's going on at the exact same time. Which one do you prioritize? Because you can't be there for both. So knowing your priorities helps out, and it helps you guys figure out what you should need to do. But anyways, guys, this is just advice. It's just an opinion, sharing a little bit of something that my coworker shared with me. I thought it was really interesting. If you guys enjoyed today's video, don't forget to smash that like button, and I'll go ahead and catch you guys on the next.